stake England's place in the World Cup.
And 6. Harrison has to kick it back out to Strong.
See, there's Gainey again with Zwicker. If he can make the open shots, he's going to let him shoot it from out there.
Gainey will take the 3. Missed the shot. Jamison clears. And then Gainey steals it back. Jamison got a little lazy on the outlet.
Psychologically, though, could start to affect Gainey a little bit. Get a little confused. Should I shoot? Do we get away with what we've been doing?
Right now, he's got to think, what is this guy doing out here on me?
Exactly. Psychologically, it's got to play in your mind. You cannot believe he's being checked by Serge Zwicker. Look at this here. Dean Smith, innovative, creative.
Here's a backdoor cut by Harrison. Williams will pick up the holding foul.
What makes him so special when you look at Dean Smith, he's been able to adjust to all different situations. He's been able to win in the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s. He's been able to win with the shot clock, without the shot clock, with the three-point shot, without the three-point shot, with baggy shorts, and you name it, he's been able to do it all. With earrings, with the whole bit.
Hyatt slips inside and scores.
Jeremy Hyatt, nice slashing layup down inside. Spoke to his mom today in the lobby in the hotel. She said, your magazine said he wouldn't play much when he was a freshman. I said, I didn't write it. Blame the writer.
Zwicker dumps it down to Jamison. When they can get it inside, it's over.
Yeah, it really is. It's a mismatch on the blocks, as we alluded to earlier in the telecast. The size of Jamison and certainly of Zwicker should really create problems down there in the low blocks.
In case you haven't been keeping track, Dean Smith 2 games shy of tying Adolph Rupp for all-time in wins. Dean has 874 victories.
They're going to go to a 2-3 zone right now. They played a 2-3 a little unique and different in that Jamison usually runs the baseline. It becomes a 1-3-1.
Hyatt telling Benjamin that's the spot you're supposed to be in, and that's what they've been so good at, being in the right place.
Now watch Jamison right here. There he is, slide into the box. Nobody's aware of him. I don't know why, but he gets wide open on the inside. Help defense, good man-to-man defense has been a trademark all year of Herb Sendek.
Tar Heels by 2.
Good pressure on the basketball, very active, very quick.
Jamison and Strong really pushing and shoving on each other. Look at this defense. I mean, they just go after everybody. Cota, great pass.
Great bounce pass, good backdoor cut. Tremendous movement without the ball by Antoine Jamison, a PTP here, baby. He's a prime-time player, and the Heel fans love it.
Great feed by Cota. Jamison gets the bucket, draws Danny Strong's 2nd foul.
There's Eddie Cota. We talked about him earlier. There's great passing ability. There he is driving a bounce pass. And there's the high riser, the up and away man, Antoine Jamison. Now look at him move without the basketball. There's the little backdoor cut.
Jamison misses the free throw. Hyatt with a rebound. Jamison with 6 points. North Carolina by 4.
That first game was some kind of matchup. North Carolina State was up 9 with 2:35 on the clock. They were 0-3, North Carolina. Could have been 0-4, but came back with a miracle and won that game.
Danny Strong for 3.
I feel that game turned them around. Really gave them the impetus to start and get together. And from that moment on, they have become an outstanding basketball team.
Nice start for Zwicker. 4 points, 4 rebounds, a block, and an assist. Jamison again.
There's Antoine Jamison, always looking for the basketball, their #1 option in their offense. And he knows what to do once he catches the basketball. He can finish. He can finish.
Points inside as you might expect. 12-2, and Jamison has 8 of the 12.
6-to-1 ratio right there on the box inside. They're zoning right now. Got to get in the gap of that zone.
Harrison can't penetrate. The zone is going to give them trouble because they had the penetration against man-to-man, particularly against Duke.
Well, not only penetration, they were able to drive.
Benjamin with a circus shot.
I mean, that is an absolute miracle shot right there. Joshua Benjamin.
Well, they'll let him take that one because how many of those are you going to make?
Well, you make that in a game of horse. You see, you try to utilize that, get H on a guy.
That was the H and the O.
Oh, wow. And the R it is. I can spell horse. I'm proud.
Well, I gave you the first 2 letters. Carter. Got it.
Vince Carter has given him a wing player. I always believe in college basketball, if you're strong at the point, strong in the wing, and you got post presence inside, you got a good team. They cover all those areas of the floor in North Carolina.
The Heels may not be playing better than anyone in the country, but certainly no one is playing any better than them.
In the power conferences, Mike, I would say North Carolina and UCLA right now are playing as well as anybody in America.
Danny Strong for three. Hyatt hustles after the rebound, and Maktar Jai is going to be called for a hold.
Maktar was called with that flagrant foul yesterday, or that technical during a dead ball situation.
Timeout, 10:05 to go first half. Cota against Gainey.
As Jameson locking down on a block, and so is Zwikker. Throw it high to Zwikker.
They got it to him, and he converts.
Can't stop him down there, Mike. Totally impossible on the blocks inside.
North Carolina has hit its last 6 shots to take an 8-point lead.
And again, we got Zwikker checking Gainey up on top, just trying to bother him a little bit. Got Carter playing against Hyatt, trying to get a good matchup there.
Feed down to Strong, double and triple teamed at the baseline. Harrison for 3. If they don't make the threes, it's over because that's all they're getting. Williams, great pass, and Zwikker scores again.
I'll tell you, what a great job of executing. I mean, they are executing. Here's his mom says, that's my guy, Serge. That's my big guy, Serge. Yes, I fed the big fella. Look at him. He wants to play D, baby. He wants to play D. Look at the big guy. 7-3. He's guarding Gainey.
A 12-2 run for the Heels. Gainey misses the 3.
Not falling down right now, Mike. Getting himself in a deep, deep hole.
Cota, nice job keeping the dribble alive.
Jameson, they're going to go to this possession.
Cota looking to pass, gets it back to Williams. Zwikker, and that's going to be a foul on Zwikker over the back of Hyatt.
Ball being reversed up on top, and there's the entry down to Zwikker. There's the catch by Serge. Now he's going to slide to the box, wide open. They've been getting a lot of guys open down on the low blocks inside.
See if State can get some penetration.
Got to change their
defense. Back to the zone.
Back to the zone. Got to get in the gap of it.
Harrison trying to get on track. Can't hit it. There hasn't been an NC State player near an offensive rebound in about 10 minutes.
It's 1 and out, basically. 1 and out. They want Serge again. They want Serge. Just throw the lob up high.
Hyatt put some defense on him that time. Jameson with a follow.
You're right, Mike. They're going to have to start knocking down some trifectas. They're going to have to go in to stretch the defense, to open it up. They're not getting any movement. What's happening right now, North Carolina is really like packing it into that 3-second area. You see Carter in a lane. Cota's in a lane right now. So even they're playing man-to-man defense. They're giving so much help. They're like zoning from the help side.
They're just daring them to take the outside shot. Harrison fouled by Shammond Williams. That's 2 on the junior from Greenville, South Carolina.
Well, you know, 1987, Jimmy V, the late Jimmy V, beat North Carolina. He was a number 6 seed to win the ACC championship by 1 point.
4 number 6 seeds have won it, never a number 8. Zwikker is out of the ball game. They've got Okalaja, Jai, and Jameson on the baseline. Strong will take a 3 and got it.
Got to make those open threes on a wing. We just showed how if you kick it in and kick it back out, you'll get some open shots and overload against the zone, and Strong knocks it down.
And in the last dozen games, he shot 50% from 3-point range. Carter can't handle a pass.
They got to take the turnover now and got to make something happen with that turnover to get back a bounce, get a little bit more confidence here. Now they got Jai playing. See, they decided they're playing their big people on Gainey. They feel he's not a threat offensively, so they can play a big guy on him because he's not looking really to beat guys off the dribble either.
They prefer to work against this man-to-man. They look much sharper against it, running a little weave. Hyatt misses a 15-footer.
Jameson wide open on the offensive board.
Bad pass by Shammond Williams, but retrieved by Okalaja to Carter. And Carter walks.
I was talking to Cedric Dempsey today, the executive director of the NCAA, and he told me there's going to be a lot of major teams that are going to have moments of disappointment tonight.
Harrison, great drive for the first time. They get to the hoop. Zwicker couldn't stop him that time.
And they 5 points in a row, Mike, so psychologically you got to feel good. They're back down. We're only down 5.
Zwicker goes right down to the blocks. They'll try to get him the ball. He and Jamison both in there. Cota or Williams barely avoids the backcourt call.
Ashwood Benjamin, a good defensive player, really playing tough on Carter.
They're not nearly as good with Shammond Williams at the point. He's in there for Cota right now. Carter with a tough shot, and it's an air ball.
Benjamin really playing him tough. Benjamin has dropped a little bit offensively this year, but he has stepped up defensively. He made the all-defensive team, along with Wojciechowski and the best defensive player in the game, and maybe the best all-around player in the game, Mr. Duncan. No maybes about it.
Anyone in this Coliseum not wearing light blue is rooting for NC State. Strong, bad shot, but Harrison is there. Couldn't get it to fall and then commits the foul. If it's on Strong, it's his third.
Wow, that is big, that third. That is big.
And it is.
Harrison made a great drive to the goal, a great offensive rebound that came up. That is major. Right there, Danny Strong getting his third. They just don't have the size.
He got in foul trouble yesterday, and they had to bring Luke Buffum off the bench. They're doing the same thing right now. I'm amazed at Harrison. That was the one he made. The one after that was the one that just wouldn't fall for him.
And he made a great offensive rebound as well. There goes Strong to the sideline. Buffum comes in. He made 2 big free throws, Buffum, yesterday, a walk-on player. He's out there for size and basically just to be a little physical.
And he'll do that for you.
He's going to battle up now. He's matched up with Jamison. Jamison's very quick. Should have the advantage with quickness.
Gainey in a switch ended up on Zwicker and knocked it away. That's a bad lob. If you got a guy with a 1.5 height advantage, you got to find a way to get it to him.
You beat me to the punch. I'm going to leave here. I mean, you beat me to the punch. I was going to say that. I was ready to analyze. They threw the high lob up. He's 7'3". They threw it down. They made him like he's 5'3".
Jamison cross court to Carter. Off target on the 3. Jamison right there.
Can't handle him inside. He owns the offensive glass. He's a mini version of Dennis Rodman. And I don't mean the way he looks. He doesn't paint his fingernails pink.
Jamison 10 points, 7 rebounds. Zwicker has 8. That's been the big part of the offense so far.
There's that zone now. Play him area of the floor.
Harrison trying to penetrate again, had it knocked out of bounds, and now they're going to call a foul. NC State living by the 3. There's Gainey. He has not been able to penetrate very much. C.C. Harrison has the last couple of times down, but that's been about it.
Well, the one thing, Mike, in their 3 wins here in the tournament, they've been trailing at halftime and be able to come back and win. They've been able to do that.
Harrison for 3. Big shot there.
I'll tell you, it's going to be pretty tough to deny that kid, win or lose. I've often said to the victor goes the spoils, but it'll be pretty tough to deny him the MVP because there is no way they're playing for this championship if it wasn't for the performance of C.C. Harrison.
Oh, he'll get my vote. He's been brilliant. Shammond Williams, a hanger in the lane.
Shammond gets right in the gut of the defense. He had 21 in their first matchup and sparked them to that comeback win. One of those miracle Dean wins, down 9, 2:35 on the clock.
It's his first 2 today. The lead goes to 6. North Carolina staying in a man-to-man.
See, Zwicker can just zone right now. He's not even a guard Buffum.
Benjamin misses the 3.
Zwicker was just zoning. Everybody else was playing man-to-man. They left Buffum alone. They realized he's not an offensive threat to shoot the ball.
Shammond Williams, nice penetration. Missed the shot, but he'll draw the foul. I believe it's Buffum.
And he's a good free throw shooter.
He's their best.
There's Harrison right now, stepping back out there, reverse it to him. Doesn't hesitate, catches it, and knocks it down. Clint Cotis Harrison having a great, great tournament. And there's his emotion. He's got tremendous numbers here as we look at the numbers in the first game, 19, 28, 24, and 8 thus far today.
Shammond Williams, that beautiful touch from the line, that great arc.
You know, talking about the league and the tournaments coming up, the selection show, I really believe that Virginia Jeff Jones, they told me today, is a nervous wreck. I mean, he can't wait for tonight at 7-9. I don't blame him being a little nervous, but I think if you look at the RPI ratings, I saw them today, and their rating is very, very high, top 25. I think Virginia is a lock to be in, and if not, it would be a travesty based on the fact of how tough this conference has been all year long.
It would be a crime if they don't get it.
See, Buffum, they're not going to check him. Watch him. See, nobody's guarding him. Number 45. He's going to shock him. I mean, he's got to be able to take a shot just to shock him a little. Shoot it! Shoot it!
Going to fire out of the corner.
Yeah!
Buffum hit.
Buffum. Look at Dean saying, hey, we got to go and guard him now. I mean, he shot 2 nice free throws yesterday, Mike.
The sophomore from Beverly Hills, California, and boy, did that fire up the NC State crowd.
What a big boost that is. That's a big, big plus. It fired him up, too. Look at him. He's a little more active. He's dancing inside. He
Fired up his teammates.
Yeah, he wants to check Jamison. Look at this.
Nearly a turnover. Okalaja goes to the floor. It'll be a jump ball situation, and it goes back to Carolina.
See, there's Luke. There's another example. They forced a jump ball, and the ball goes over to Carolina. Alternate possession. It's got to go, baby. It's got to go, Hank Nichols. It's got to go. I respect you too much. Look at Buffum. Now he's taking to be a leader in the huddle. Hey, looks pretty good on that shot right there. Just like he shot at Beverly Hills, baby. Blitz that net.
Same form he showed on the free throws yesterday. All the time in the world, he just buried it. Shot clock does not recycle. It's down to 10. Okalaja gives it up to Cota. Bad pass by Cota along the baseline, out of bounds.
Good defense right there to take that good angle away in the entry. Herb Sendek, who did a great job at Miami of Ohio for 3 years, went to 3 straight tournaments, 2 NITs and 1 NCAA. Look at the field goals here, 31% NC State's.
Dick, I think this is a critical point in the game. They're down by 6 under 2 minutes to go in the half.
You want a little momentum going in at halftime.
Benjamin trying to penetrate and can't, brings it back out. Nice spin move to get around Williams. Beautiful pass to Harrison. What a pass.
That was a great look. Dribble penetration. For years, I used to watch Duke do a great job with dribble penetration, especially when they had Hurley and Grant Hill and company. Nothing like breaking the defense down. They got a little Uncle Mo on their side now. Uncle Mo is arriving in Raleigh, North Carolina. Momentum.
Only a 4-point lead.
Look at that intensity out there. Digging in defensively.
Cota with a runner. Nice touch.
Big shot by Ed Cota. Did he make a big one yesterday? Wow.
He's made big ones in every game in this stretch run. The kid has really developed into a great player. Buffum got rid of Jamison, who went sprawling.
Only 3 freshmen have started at that point guard slot for North Carolina. Phil Ford, Kenny Smith, and now Cota. They're showing some patience here.
Harrison, nice drive.
Using that shot clock, got it down to where it's at 5.
Hyatt with a long, long three. Buffum got the rebound, foul by Jamison. Boy, did that bail him out.
Yeah, not a good shot by Hyatt right there. He panicked a little bit. Didn't have to panic right there.
Jamison commits his second personal.
Now, look at Oshawa Benjamin. He's going to get right into the heart of the defense and then make that bounce pass. They really execute that bounce pass exceptionally well. And Harrison has that special art of moving without the ball, which a lot of kids do not do. All you young kids out there, learn how to move without the basketball. Toughest guy to play.
This puts him in a 1-and-1. Buffum 2 for 2 in the tournament. He's only 5 of 11 on the season. Now make it 6 of 12. He looks like he ought to be a 95% shooter.
I'll tell you one thing, Mike. It becomes contagious. Everybody else steps into the action when you know your teammates are playing so hard and you end up contributing. That's a big plus for them. Getting 4 points out of Buffum is a major, major plus.
And he'll get some more minutes in the second half. Now they go zone.
1-1-3, a little tandem, 1-1. Oh, baby, we got a nice special moment developing here in Greensboro.
Jamison got it, the bucket with 4.1 seconds to go in the half, and the foul.
When in doubt, drive it to your number 1 option inside. Drive it to the guy that knows how to finalize, how to complete the play. There's a little huddle, one of the innovations of Dean Smith years ago. Now everybody adopts it. There's Jamison again. A little slow rotating over by Hyatt.
And Hyatt picks up the foul.
See, I think they were a little slow rotating in that zone because they play very little zone during the course of the year, and they're not normal slides for them like it is in their man-to-man situation.
Jamison has a dozen, misses the free throw. Okalaja with a save, a chance for the last shot. No.
I'll tell you, Mike, I think they're very lucky to go in only 6 down. The way this set started, the mismatches inside, size-wise, you got to give them a lot of credit for hanging here.
It may look like a mismatch, but they've trailed at the half of every game of the ACC tournament. If they win today, it would be 4 in a row. They go to the big dance.
As we head towards the final on March 31st. It's power, precision, the survival of the fittest. March Madness, the U.S. College Basketball Finals, in association with Gillette, GTE and Pepsi. Exclusive to NBC.
32-24, they give it up to Benjamin.
Hey, Mike, winning 4 games in a row in a tournament, 4 consecutive days, has happened twice thus far. Auburn in 1985, and yesterday Marquette with that great performance winning the Conference USA.
Hyatt will take a 3 and hit it.
Jeremy Hyatt says, hey, what about fatigue? I don't buy the fatigue factor. I don't buy it at all. I'm just here to play basketball, and they're playing on emotion, adrenaline, plus great conditioning. They have a unique conditioning program now where they lift weights during the course of the season, they told me today.
Jeremy Hyatt has been in double figures every game in the ACC tournament. He has 5 in this one. Elijah skip past the Zwicker. Loves that little baseline jumper.
He really makes a living off that jump shot. I'll tell you, Mom really loves it. He really loves that drifting jump shot from the baseline.
Zwicker 5 out of 6 from the floor this afternoon. You just knew he would have a big game against this very small NC State team. Strong for 3, in and out. Harrison got a hand on it, knocked it out of bounds.
Strong has 3 fouls. Didn't play a whole lot in that first half. Got in foul trouble. You watch Herb Sendick, a disciple of Rick Pitino, on the sideline. Worked with him at Providence and worked with him at Kentucky.
Strong only 1 out of 6 from 3-point range. That was halfway down before it came spinning out.
As Zwicker trying to lock in a box inside.
Shammond Williams, he's hit 2 in a row from that spot.
Could this be deja vu again? Yesterday, asked Davey Odom about it. He came in on fire in the second half. Shammond.
36-27 Carolina. Gainey was Zwicker on a man-to-man. He's done a nice job with that matchup. Hyatt with the left hand can't get it.
Zwicker keeps it alive with his size, the little tip.
Shammond Williams trying to penetrate. Carter. He didn't get a roll on that one.
He's been quiet thus far. He's been quiet, and he's been explosive in their 11-game run. Had a career day against Wake in that second matchup. You know, Wake was 18-1. I was looking it up today. 5-5 in their last 10 games. But I got a feeling they're going to get rejuvenated, and so is Duke, when they see different opponents as opposed to the same teams with the same tendencies they play.
Nice drive by Benjamin, the reverse scoop.
Joshua Benjamin, a little one-on-one maneuver. He's a driver and a slasher. He can put points on the board.
They've got to get that penetration. They cannot rely on the outside shot.
Look at those mismatches inside, size-wise.
Carter held by Benjamin. One of the reasons that Carter hasn't gotten on track is Benjamin, one of the best defenders around.
Yeah, he really is. He's been playing well in this tournament defensively. There he is with the reverse jam. By reversing, doesn't allow Zwicker to get a piece of it. Uses the basket as a shield. You know, he had a guard Harpering. He had a guard Langdon.
Cota checks in to run the offense.
They're going to go to Zwicker. Got Strong playing him with 3 fouls. Now they switch.
Williams tries to dump it down. State on the run. 3-on-3. Harrison, pull-up jumper. Didn't have the touch from outside.
I thought he was going to take that right to the basket, go with the
So did I.
Like he did in the first 3 days here. He was driving. Again, they got Strong, like I say, playing Zwicker with 3. They want to take advantage of that and go to Zwicker.
Carter, offensive foul.
Sometimes you sit here and it blows your mind, and I know it's so easy sitting where we are as opposed to where Dean is on that sideline, in terms of you wonder why they wouldn't go to a 7-3 with a guy with 3 fouls. Not only that, he's given him about 7 inches. There's the Michelangelo Hall of Famer. I hope they put him in the situation. Look at this here, time elapsed before first shot. 5 times, 25 times in the 15 to 35 category. Taking out, looking at clock, managing the shot clock. I was saying, I hope they put North Carolina East as a #1 seed. Win or lose here, I think they've earned it the way they've played at the end of the year.
Well, they sure have earned it coming down the stretch. Benjamin with a big, big 3 makes it a 4-point game. These guys refuse to go away, and Oshawa Benjamin has 10.
You know what Coach Sendick says? Failure's not an option. Failure's not an option. And you can see why. And all the red and all the Wolfpack fans, they stand up, they explode, they get excited.
Got the court spread right now. Gainey trying to penetrate to Hyatt.
See Gainey being played by Zwicker. Zwicker's just zoning. Gainey's got to drive at him. Drive at him and try to beat him with Joe. Make him play him.
Pull up jumper over Zwicker and got it.
He made him play him, Mike.
Yes, he did, Dick. He brought him out on him. It's a 2-point game. 7-0 run for the Wolfpack.
It's amazing. I think everybody in the hotel lobby, everybody last night was thinking possibly a blowout city, fatigued, tired. Throw it up high to Zwicker.
Hyatt fronting him.
Flip it up high.
Coder goes by Gainey, and they take it away. NC State with a chance to tie or take the lead. Do you believe it?
It's unbelievable. They don't want to be denied, these kids. They're really playing with so much emotion, poise, patience. Reverse to Gainey. Let Gainey attack Zwicker again. Let him attack him with a dribble penetration.
Hyatt trying to take off Elijah. Offensive foul on Hyatt.
See, I don't care about the size factor. Zwicker is retreating, and at 7'3", doesn't have the foot speed to be able to check someone like Gainey. He may not beat him to the basket for a goal, but he certainly can beat him in a situation to get it to an open guy. Great defense there by Okulaja. Beat Hyatt to the spot.
Dean Smith has said since the beginning of the season, Okulaja is his best defensive player. Shammond Williams for 3.
I'll tell you, he's money.
Shot.
He's money. Show me the money big time in basketball. Shammond Williams makes big shots.
5-point lead. Williams 3 out of 3 this half.
Just like he did yesterday. Said a little bit earlier, came in, hit 3 big threes against Wake in the second half. Trying to execute spread, spacing, movement without the ball. That's been the trademark of their offensive set.
Gainey for 3. Cota with a rebound. NC State must be very concerned about North Carolina's streaks. Those patented 7-8 point runs. Just like that.
He's on fire. He's on fire. He's on fire. He's feeling it. He's got the rhythm, baby. NBA, nothing but nylon, Mr. Shammond Williams.
10 points in this half. And we have gone in 2 possessions from NC State having a chance to take the lead to being down 8.
Getting a little dangerous right now, Michael. Getting a little dangerous. They need to stop right here. They got to stop their momentum right here. And if I were Carolina right now, I'm thinking Jamison.
Nice steal by Danny Strong. Took it away from Okulaja.
They do such a great job helping one another out defensively. He's the architect of that defense, Herb Sendick, and what a job they do helping one another.
The one thing with this offense, they can rest a little bit. Harrison pull up 3.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of one-on-one situations. Try to get you in an isolation, one-on-one, try to break you down.
They need the penetration that they had late in the first half that got them back in the game.
Strong matched up now with Jamison. They switch a lot because it doesn't matter. You switch, you're not going to get any mismatches size-wise because they're just not big.
Yeah, you've got them to begin with. Williams on fire.
What a great call. They went to a double screen. I mean, he's feeling it. He's talking it. He's getting bumps. Oh, yes. Shammond Williams, baby, putting a show on, shooting the rock.
Justin Gainey with the basketball. He has played all 140 minutes of his ACC tournament, his first. He'll never forget this one.
That's amazing. Last year he's playing here in high school. He was playing in high school, and now he's playing against Jamison and them, and he hasn't missed a minute of action. Wow. They want to give him 2 scholarships. He should be allowed to bring a friend in now on a free scholarship. He should be allowed to bring a friend in, guys, on a free scholarship.
Danny Strong for 3. Got it. Cut the lead in half.
Are they a team of destiny? Are they going to be the Cinderella kids in college basketball? We'll be at the toast of every headline tomorrow. It's winding down here. 9 minutes to go, baby.
Win or lose, these kids are unbelievable. North Carolina State on an 8-0 run.
There he is right now, fronting Jamison again. Carolina playing a small lineup now, going to a little quicker lineup without Zwicker.
Cota with the shot clock running down. Gainey stuffed him. Jump ball situation, and the ball goes back to Carolina. That's why we hate that rule.
Oh, get rid of that rule. Come on, Hank Nichols. There's another example. How many times? I hate that rule. I hate that rule. I hate that rule.
What a defensive play by Gainey against Cota. But the shot clock's at 5. It doesn't recycle. They've got to get off a quick shot.
That's the dumbest,
lost it.
Dumbest rule in college basketball. The dumbest rule, penalizing great efforts.
Look at Benjamin protect the ball, gives it back to Gainey.
You know, Mike, you're not supposed to penalize a good effort. You're not supposed to penalize a good effort. Here's North Carolina now, man-to-man defensively. Shammond Williams playing Benjamin. Harrison's been quiet. I think he's due for a drive.
Trying to get it here. Good help defense, and he's cut off.
Carter did a good job defensively on him, anticipating the drive.
Now Harrison with 6 on the shot clock. Kicks it to Hyatt to tie the game.
You know everybody in this place, basically, other than Tar Heel fans, are rooting for North Carolina.
Oh, they're holding their breath on every shot. Shammond Williams is back in. They've got to get somebody on him. He's been on fire. Reach in by Gainey in the steal. Cota cut him off. Picked up by Benjamin. He's double teamed, trying to get rid of it. Got it to Gainey. Foul.
22nd
timeout.
22nd timeout. You know what's really classy today? I had so many North Carolina fans come up to me and tell me how they really have admired and respected the job that Herb Sendik's done with these kids.
Zwicker gets it low. It's the first time he's laid his hands on the ball in a long, long time. Zwicker has a dozen.
And a lot of good things happen with that size advantage down inside if they get the ball to Zwicker.
6 out of 8 from the floor, so he's shot 75%. Good reason to go back to him. Gainey wide open. 3.
I'll tell you, he has played big. The little guy has played big. And he's taking advantage of the mismatch because they're not coming out to check him. And he's saying, you better start to respect me. He's going to get him Aretha Franklin's record. Well, there's respect. He's going to play it for him.
Gainey has 7. It's a 2-point game. Jamison, Hyatt got there late, committed the foul. I think he was trying to help out Danny Strong.
I thought they've done a great job negating Jamison in the second half. He hasn't had many touches, but he finally gets the ball in his hands. He and Zwicker, if they get the ball, positive things happen. There's the inside. Plays with a lot more emotion this year. Was all ACC as a diaper dandy. All ACC this year. Then he is exchanging on a box. There's the catch.
Nice screen by Zwicker, and Jamison completes the 3-point play.
I hope he comes back to school. You know, by the way, Peyton Manning went to see Tim Duncan before he made his decision and talked to him in a locker room at a Virginia-Wake Forest game.
I thought he made a great decision by coming back for one more year.
For Tennessee fans, he did. Not for the Jets.
For himself. The lead is 5. Harrison trying to take Okalaja. Pull-up jumper won't go. Benjamin tried to keep it alive, but couldn't.
They can't afford a quiet spell. They can't go through where North Carolina gets one of their little spurts.
Well, Shammond Williams has got that look in his eye like, I can open this thing up.
Well, they rotated. Now they got Benjamin checking him. They got Oshawa Benjamin, their best defensive player, trying to check him.
Nearly lost it. Shot clock at 15. Game clock 5:25.
There's Hyatt right there checking Zwicker. Phil Ford, very animated, also on the sideline, working there, standing up.
Jamison, nice body control and a fine pass by Cota.
When the game gets late, what do? You bring the rock into the hands of your All-American, like Utah does with Van Horn, Duncan. All the great players want the rock when the game's on the line and seem to always have a knack to get free.
Back to a 7-point lead. Down the lane goes Benjamin to cut it to 5.
He's played really well. He's played hard defensively, and he's made a lot of big baskets here with drives to the goal.
He has a dozen. The first game in the entire tournament, he's been in double figures. There's the lob to Jamison. Good help defense by Hyatt. Shammond Williams, the favorite spot, but he missed it.
He's too wide open. After the guy gave help recover, I think he was too wide open. He said, I can't believe this, how open I am. Look at Gainey, under control, steady, not spectacular, as I said yesterday. There's Zwicker still checking him. He's trying to zone.
Strong against Jamison.
Look at this. He can't believe Gainey's wide open. Bring it to Gainey and let him shoot it. Bring it to Gainey.
Strong will try a 3. Rushed it a little bit. Harrison tried to keep it alive, but Okalaja with a rebound. 4:07 left in the title game.
Trying to take some time off. Trying to get that high percentage shot right now with each possession, a trademark of Dean Smith. If they were to win this game, he's only too shy of breaking the record, and that's why I hope they put him in Winston-Salem. It would be beautiful to see for all the Carolina people to be there.
Yes, it would.
If he could win his 2 games in that region.
Shammond Williams, great penetration, buries the shot. It's back to 7.
Big basket again. Shammond Williams has made the big plays for North Carolina. This is a big possession right here.
Shammond Williams has 15 points in this half. There's Gainey wide open again. Now he penetrates, nearly threw it away. Benjamin kicks it back. Gainey didn't want the shot. Way off that time by Oshawa Benjamin.
They're in trouble right now, Mike. Trouble City right now for the kids who've been sensational all week long. They've had such a heart.
Here's a steal by Gainey.
Can't tell it to Gainey, though. What a great little play right there.
Shot won't go, but he's fouled. What an effort.
What a defensive effort he made to strip that basketball and take it away. Here's Shammond Williams. He's made a lot of big plays here in the second half. There he is now showing a little versatility that he can drive as well as shoot the stationary jump shot. And now we're going to see little Gainey right now on a D. One diaper dandy against another. Eddie Cota says, you're not supposed to pick my pocket. I'm from New York City. I go to Times Square. Hey, you're not supposed to pick my pocket.
Big free throws here. Gainey knocks the first one down. He only shot 62% during the regular season. And the rest of his Wolfpack teammates back at the other end of the court. They know they're not going to get an offensive rebound.
Yeah, that's their philosophy right now. Rest, come on back. We're not going to get an offensive rebound, so let's try to dig in defensively.
Gainey misses the second. It's a 6-point game.
Coming up on NBC at 2200, The Tonight Show with Jay Leno.
120 years of tradition. One distinctive recipe. 0 preservatives. 100% natural ingredients. 5% alcohol. Equals 1 good beer. That's too smooth for words. Budweiser, the best reason in the world to drink beer.
What do you tell a child when mommy or daddy are very sick? The truth? How did this family cope?
Keep hoping, keep wishing, and keep believing.
A very special family. NBC Nightly News tonight.
NBC Nightly News tonight at midnight 30 CET, 23:30 UK. Get set for some superb golf as the 1997 European PGA Tour arrives in North Africa for the Moroccan Open. Can defending champion Peter Hedblom retain his title? Find out tonight at 2100 CET, 2000 UK on NBC. www.nbceurope.com. 100% NBC. Program listings, show information, email, competitions, advertisers, CNBC. For information and so much more, the world of NBC at your fingertips. www.nbceurope.com. Universal, resourceful, locatable.
NBC presents the epic tale of life on Earth in National Geographic Television. A global performance of unsurpassable quality and unmissable storylines. In an ever-changing plot, on an ever-changing stage, a cast of billions are engaged in the daily drama of survival. Take your seat for award-winning National Geographic Television, weekdays at 1800 CET and Saturdays at 1900 CET on NBC.
Carolina zones off the inbounds.
They're going to zone, but they give some gaps out of that zone that you can attack with dribble penetration.
The far corner has been open an awful lot. That's Gainey's over there right now.
They tried to overload to get the shot here for Strong. They get it.
Danny Strong missed a shot, but Hyatt got the rebound.
Long rebound usually comes to that side of the floor.
Strong again. Missed again. Swicker, and he traveled.
Yeah, a little walking, a little dance music right there. Serge Swicker did a little cha-cha. Come on, Serge, you did a little cha-cha.
North Carolina State now 9 for 29 from three-point land. They desperately need a couple. I don't think Danny Strong wants to take the next one.
He's a very streaky shooter. Why not? If he's open, might as well let it fly, Mike.
He's been short on the last two. He may be a little tired.
He's got to drive.
Harrison. And it blocked by Zwicker. Great play on defense. Carter to Okalaja, and he is fouled by Harrison. That could easily be an intentional foul because he did not go for the ball.
Right. I don't think the official caught it from the rear, but he definitely grabbed the back. Should have been an intentional foul there. Zwicker made the big play right here. This could be the play that wins the ACC title for him. There it is, the rejection right there with the left hand. Zerd Zwicker. And then the catch.
He has played great defense all year long, deserves all the credit in the world for the player he has turned himself into.
You know, we talk about Dean Smith, amazing. They'll be going for 23 consecutive years to the NCAA tournament. You talk about winning 20 games or more, 27 consecutive years. 33 consecutive years, 1, 2, and 3. And I hope that committee charts him if he wins this #1 seed in the East and allows him to play a Winston-Salem, where if he were to win 2 games, he becomes the all-time winningest coach in the history of college basketball.
Zwicker kept the miss alive. 1:20 to go. The lead is 7. They'll foul Shammond Williams, and now NC State in a lot of trouble. North Carolina has out-rebounded NC State 37-20, and now State trying to foul to get to the bonus. They have to foul quickly and force North Carolina to the free throw line to shoot 1 and 1. That will happen after the next foul.
What an amazing turnaround for North Carolina. We've said it so often when they were 0-3, and it was a struggle, and it could have been 0-4, and who knows if they would have ever gotten up if they had lost to NC State when they were down 9 with 2:35. But you got to credit this team. They got to bounce to them. Dean told me today how proud he was of their effort. He was my coach of the year this year in the ACC. Sometimes when you have great talent or you have super people, you don't get the kind of rewards that others get because people take it for granted. But you still have to piece that talent together to function as a unit, to put aside egos, to play with one another. And that's what he does a masterful job at.
Another rebound off a miss for North Carolina. They have been doing that for 36 years under Dean Smith. For other teams, it's just a heartbreaker. They go to the line, you finally get them to miss one, and then somehow they get it back.
They get it back.
Okalaja will come in. Carter goes to the line. The lead is 7 with only 1:11 to go. Make it 8.
Zwicker says, what's going on in the lane? Look at it pushing me all the way out here. Come on, Frank, Mr. Scagliotta. Had a chance yesterday to be a speaker with the officials at their banquet, the ACC. It was a lot of fun seeing all the zebras dressed up. They were in shirt and tie. These guys all, this is an avocation, but as Fred Barakat said so well, their supervisor, you got to be committed because these coaches, it's a vocation. It's their life.
Harrison cuts the lead to 5, and they call timeout. Full court pressure. Okalaja attacked as soon as he gets the ball.
You know, Mike, if you have dreams and you have goals and you have a passion and an enthusiastic approach to what you do in life, a lot of beautiful things can happen. And that's what this team did here in this tournament. They came out with a passion. Herb Sendick, he had his players believe that they can do the impossible. And they came out here and have almost made it happen. And it's not over yet, baby.
What's really interesting about this is Okalaja is on the free throw line. He's only a 52% shooter. Normally, Dean Smith has the luxury of having guys out there who shoot 70%.
Exactly. Well, all year long, they have not been a good free throw shooting team, except lately in big games, they've made some big free throws. They've had 20 for 24 in a game recently, 20 for 25.
They are 8 out of 13 today. Okalaja's hit 2 of 3. The lead is back to 6, a 2-possession game.
Yeah, this is a big free throw right here. This creates major problems if he converts.
And he does.
Got to go down and get a quick score.
Here's Gainey. Cota trying to apply some pressure. Gainey goes all the way in.
Silly foul right there by Ed Cota. Justin Gainey with a great play. Goes coast to coast here in his hometown. All his home people are here. His high school coach.
Freshman mistake by Cota. Once he was beaten, he should have let him go.
Yeah, and also the guys didn't help out. Nobody rotated over to give any kind of help. There's Justin Gainey, and there's the reach in and the grab. And you're looking right now, it's down to 5.
Hey guys, we got one shot here.
Gainey at the line.
Look at those numbers. Look at the assists. Look at the turnovers in the tournament. The minutes are incredible, people. Think about it. 4 straight days and not missing 1 second of action.
Here's Okalaja again. That's the guy they wanted to foul. Instead, they wait and get Shammond Williams.
He's their best free throw shooter. He sprints right to the line. I like that in a young kid. Shammond sprints right to the line. I liked his quote today. He said today, I really respect these kids. He said, but nobody's giving them a chance, the North Carolina State kids. And he said, that's similar to me. He said, none of the big schools really chased me other than North Carolina. And then Kentucky showed some interest. He wasn't up on the scouting reports as one of the so-called superstars. So many times those reports, they do a great job, but basically they're certainly not always accurate, I can tell you that.
19 points, 2 for 2 from the line. He is an 81% free throw shooter. Nothing but net.
He's got that great arc.
Even if he makes the second, it's still a 2-possession game. They need the threes and in a hurry. Just an exceptional touch.
Yeah, he's got the great arc. He has the rotation, the confidence. Harrison, oh, there's a foul right there.
Well, they had a foul to give.
That's
they still have 2 more to give, in fact.
Yeah, smart play right there. See, with their kind of passive offense, in that they spread the court, take time down, they don't commit a hole, they don't force you to commit a lot of fouls on them. So that was a smart play. Let them take some time on. Kind of watch you don't get it intentional.
I was just going to say the same thing. You know, you got to be smart making those fouls.
Yeah, you got to watch. Look at Dean. He's got some. I like that. He said, I like that. So calm.
That's 5. They still have 1 more to give, and every time they do, it takes 2-3 seconds off the clock.
That's what they're trying to do. Take some time off the clock.
Harrison down the lane, and he's fouled before he gets down the lane. And if that's Carter, that's 5.
Yeah,
and it is Carter.
Yeah.
He's gone.
He was quiet here offensively today. They bring back Zwicker. Change the rotation in the backcourt.
Dick, that's one of the beauties of this North Carolina team that Dean Smith has developed this year.
Interchangeable.
Yeah, Carter will have a game where he doesn't get a lot of points. Zwicker will have 1. Jamison will have 1. The other guys are good enough to step up.
They have people that can hurt you at all different slots on the floor.
He fouls out with 3 points and 5 rebounds.
There was 1 for 6 shooting today against this North Carolina State defense.
And this has been an exceptional coaching job by Dean Smith.
Especially like we said, Mike, we saw them early, and this team looked a little bit rattled, inconsistent. Harrison wants to go to the basket.
Kicks it out to Hyatt for 3. In and out, Zwicker. He's been a real presence, and he'll draw the foul.
Created that opportunity with dribble penetration going to the goal by Harrison, kicking it out to Hyatt.
9 boards for Serge Zwicker, and the Tar Heels can smell it now, up by 6 with 39:3 to go.
The development of Serge Zwicker, giving him post presence inside. He's got that little hook shot. He's got that drifting little baseline jump shot. Has been such a plus offensively in their system.
And he's always been a good free throw shooter.
And that mother's really proud. Take his picture. Come on, take his picture. He's the Kodak man. Take the picture, Mom.
Zwicker hits them both. The lead grows to 8.
I got a feeling she's got a lot of pictures.
Harrison blocked by Kodak.
Celebration time down at Franklin Street. North Carolina celebrates the ACC championship. Will be in Chapel Hill, baby. And think about this. Dean Smith will have a chance in the NCAA tournament of becoming the all-time winner in the history, my friends, in the history of college basketball.
This will be his 13th ACC championship win.
There he is converting. Look at this.
Look at this. I mean, this 57 tournament wins. He's been in the final 20 times. This will be his 13th title.
That's almost as many wins I had in my career.
As a lot of guys had in their career.
Hey, Dick Phelps and Dale, we're going to chip in and we're going to send Dean a nice, beautiful brown suit to wear when he goes for that record of 8 off Rupp.
Well, this has been a magnificent run for North Carolina State. Herb Sendek and his kids can be incredibly proud of what they have done at the end of the season and here in the ACC. They gave their fans a lot of hope. But Carolina, as they have been for everybody in the last 12 games, they are too much, and they are the ACC tournament champions.
And they had to work for it here today, baby. It didn't come easy. There's the handshake. Mike, you can't say it any better than you did about the effort of North Carolina State. But let us not forget the champs are the kids from Chapel Hill.
Dean Smith, 1 game from tying Adolph Rupp, 2 from passing the Baron of the Bluegrass. Hats off to NC State and hats off to the champions, the Tar Heels of Carolina, who got 19 points from Shamon Williams in the second half, including 3 straight threes, and they win the title by 10.
There's the huddle. Little time for prayer. Little time to thank someone up above about the great moment in their career. These young players, they made it happen.
Our final score, North Carolina, the ACC champion 64, NC State 54.
You're watching NBC, where the stars come out at night.
Another controlled great situation. Drew Hansen was underneath the basket. David Gibson gets back there late to try to block the shot and catches him on the wrist. You think there's a little adrenaline going in Keith Van Horn?
He could drink a gallon of water right now. Wouldn't help.
Probably needs some oxygen. Sometimes in a game like this, it's so emotional. Sometimes your feet don't even touch the floor. You're just floating up and down.
Hansen makes the first. Olney checks in for New Mexico, along with Greg Schornstein. Utah on a 13-0 run the last 3 minutes, 5 seconds, and the Lobos have missed their last 5 shots.
Still not getting the ball in the hands, Greg, of Kenny Thomas.
Able to get it that time, and Kenny Thomas puts it down.
Kenny Thomas is the man that Dave Bliss is talking about. He's got a relatively young team. He only has 2 seniors in Charles Smith and Greg Schornstein, so he wants his young players to get the ball inside so they can pitch it out for the open shot.
Kenny Thomas, the freshman of the year a year ago in the WAC. Olney, 3-point shot away. Tip back to Olney, nice save, but picked off by Mikola. Here comes David Jackson.
Great athleticism.
22-14 Utah. Kate looking for Van Horn. Goliac baseline. 6'11", an effortless shot.
Well, it's a nice shot because he was waiting for the defense to commit to him. Thomas didn't come out, and he just took the shot that was given to him.
Smith off balance, couldn't get it to go, but the putback is put in by Shields. Clayton Shields, he's on the board out of Baytown, Texas.
Shields starting to become a little bit more active on both ends. He's guarding Van Horn. Now he's looking for his offense.
Van Horn pops and fires. Goliac flies in with a rebound and a whistle. Goliac make the first. 5 points. Goliac was 6. 26-16, a 10-point lead. Under 2 minutes to play here, first half in Salt Lake City.
Well, with Keith Van Horn getting off to that red-hot start, that is why the Utes have gotten this lead. New Mexico has to chip away at it, but I still think they need to get the ball inside.
Nothing but that Clayton Shields. You start getting Clayton Shields warmed up, watch out. He's been in double figures 25 of 27 games this season. It's an 8-point lead for Utah.
A player that's made 84 three-pointers coming into this game.
Doliak the head fake. They bounce and gets it. Michael Doliak and Pete Van Horn having a fine first half. They combined for 22 of those 28 points scored by Utah.
You mentioned it, Greg, that was an effortless shot by Doliak just by giving a pump fake, shooting it without a hand in his face.
Lamont Long backs it out, the freshman to Olney. Long baseline drive, nice defense by Van Horn to shut it down. 8 on the shot clock. Kenny Thomas, Long underneath. Oh, what a reverse. Lamont Long.
You give the big guy some touches down there, and he can make things happen. He doesn't just look to score. He's the best passer out of the post for New Mexico.
A whistle. No, Derek Lamont Long started his first game of the season against this Utah team down in Albuquerque, and that's forced Greg Shortenstein to the bench, and coming off the bench for Dave Liff.
Well, Lamont Long has done a terrific job. As a freshman, he stepped in and he's given some quality minutes. He's a scorer, he's a slasher, he can bring the ball up the court, but he also moves very well without the ball, as we saw that last pass from Kenny Thomas.
First foul on Clayton Shields. Doliak coming down the lane. The baseline, and now a whistle. Shornstein or Thomas?
It might be Thomas.
Kenny Thomas picks up the foul.
Where's Michael Doliak putting the ball on the floor? We saw him make a couple of jump shots a few moments ago. Kenny Thomas goes in and says, "Come on, ref, that wasn't me." He got in foul trouble a lot last season and missed some valuable minutes because of that.
First foul on Thomas and Doliak, now with 9 points, 3 of 4 from the floor. Michael Doliak, the USA Today Player of the Year in Oregon. So he's reached double figures at the 8-10 mark. It's a 10-point lead for Utah. Smith leads Thomas, backs in on Doliak. And Long took steps.
Yep. Had the shot, didn't take it.
So a timeout, a turnover by New Mexico. 7:56 to play in the half. It's been Doliak and Van Horn.
You're watching NBC, where the stars come out at night.
Tonight on Conan, the truth about David Duchovny before plastic surgery. From the movie Turbulence, Ray Liotta, and how to recognize Bob Dole, civilian.
I'll be the one in the pink jumpsuit.
Late Night with Conan O'Brien. Tonight at 2300 CET, 2200 UK.
Tonight, don't miss an all-new Later with guest host Greg Giraldo. Hey, and this week, don't miss Ink's Ted Danson, comedian Richard Lewis, and Ellen's Jolie Fisher. Later tonight.
Later, tonight at midnight CET, 2300 UK on NBC.
Man has a new best friend at your side all day long. Always ready to work. Well, almost always. Your computer does so much for you. Shouldn't you do something for your computer? Get online to the site with Soledad O'Brien for an hour of high-tech toys, software reviews, and websites you'll want to go to. The site is where computers and their owners learn to like each other. The site, weekdays at 1700 CET on NBC.
On tomorrow's Money Wheel, an Austrian-German summit, we cover the proceedings.
And Spain has the EU's highest unemployment. Can unions and employers come up with a solution?
Join us tomorrow
on the European Money Wheel.
Charles Smith trying to find his range. Guarded by Drew Hansen.
It's a good job by the Utes defense right now. They're being very aggressive down inside the block. When Kenny Thomas touches the ball, they're sending a weak side defender to him.
Shot clock down to 6, down to 5. Gibson dribble, drives around Doliak. Oh, nice drive with the right hand.
Nice job and good extension to the basket as Doliak was waiting there to block it. He extended himself right to the top of the hoop.
3 buckets, 6 points for Gibson, who averages 7.7 a game. On the back door, Andre Miller. Moose Stubing working the baseline, and Stripes tonight calls the turnover.
Well, you call this a reverse mismatch when you see a guy like David Gibson, who's 6'2", going against Michael Doliak at 6'11". Take the big man out on the floor and go right around him.
Lamont Long. The Clayton Shields.
Got to count.
Shot clock again, winded down to 12. Long trying to shoot it around Van Horn. Now Kenny Thomas back on Doliak. Boy, draws a double team, working hard inside, and a whistle. Kenny Thomas lost a couple of teeth, Derek, back December 13th again against New Mexico State. They took him into the locker room, and Ben Baum, his teammate, said it sounded like a dungeon scream from back in the 19th century, but they fitted him with a mouthpiece, and you believe it, here's a kid. And so many times you talk about players who just say, you know, I got the ankle hurts, oh, I got a bad finger, I won't play. He comes back out and finishes the game with a huge second half.
That's tough. That's very, very tough. And you like players like that. Certainly you don't want to risk any further injury, but a kid who is able to come out and play and compete, a guy like Kenny Thomas, I want him on my team. Thomas takes the breather, and Ben Baum, who tells that story, and boy, he tells it so well. Number 54 checks in. Baum, a big man, at 6'11". Transferred from Oklahoma State. Andre Miller feeds it inside, and with the left hand is Johnson, the freshman. How about those eyes from Andre Miller? That's a great pass right through the defense. Van Horn inside. Andre Miller. He was met, and a jump ball. That's a good ball. 32-26, a 6-point lead for Utah. Other scores around the country. MCC round 1, Cleveland State leads Detroit. Tech live by Lamar by 2 in the Sun Belt. Here it's 32-26, Olney. Trying to get the ball into Thomas. On the drive, Gibson lost the handle, picked up Andre Miller, starts the 3-on-2 break. Andre Miller is doing a terrific job pushing the ball. Rick Majerus has given them the instruction, when you have a chance, take it up, be aggressive, look to score. Only holds it high for long. Now around the horn to Gibson. Shields now trying to post up. Oh, Long scoops it up and in. Gritty. Terrific drive by Lamont Long. Just a freshman. And Derek, Lamont Long gives New Mexico and Dave Bliss a much quicker lineup. They actually play with 3 guards. Yeah, and you talked about Shorenstein, who was starting early in the year. Because of the athleticism of Long, he's now come in and taken over those minutes, giving a different dimension. Utah, without a field goal, the last 4:20. In a game filled with emotion, senior night, a lot of times a team will come out so high. We talked about this a few minutes ago. They will make a couple of baskets, and then they'll cool off. And that's where New Mexico's been able to get back in this game, by slowing it down a little bit. David Gibson will have to take a seat after he picks up his 3rd foul. 6 points for Gibson. Van Horn ends a long drought after the hot start now with 15. Missed the second. Thomas, the rebound, and he went up and over Drew Hansen. He wanted that. That's my ball. Caton. Now Thomas comes up high.
15 on the shot clock. Shields posting up. Backs in. Inside to Thomas. Last touch by Utah. And so a timeout, 3:55 to go in the half, and New Mexico has whittled that big Utah lead to 5. Kenny Thomas holding this New Mexico team together with 12 points. The rest of his teammates have put together only 16 points. Gibson with 6, but he's on the bench with 3 fouls. Lamont Long with 6, and Clayton Shields with a couple of buckets.
Well, Kenny Thomas also has a couple of assists, so when he touches the ball, good things happen.
Off the rim, here comes Andre Miller. Kicks it to Van Horn. Got his man in the air. Fires the three.
Emotions are still flying high.
5 of 6 from the three-point line is Keith Van Horn. And remember, this guy is 6'10".
I think he is legitimately going to be the second player taken in the NBA draft behind Tim Duncan.
A great player from Wake Forest. In fact, the only loss at the Huntsman Center this year, Timmy Duncan and Wake Forest knocking off Utah. Van Horn, three-point shot, no. Andre Miller hits the deck. Only lost the hander. Gives it up to Long. Now the shot. Van Horn the rebound.
Big rebound by the Utes.
1,000 career rebounds, and you just saw it by Keith Van Horn.
And over 2,000 points in his career.
Third time at Utah in career rebounds. Look, that's why he's a two-time Black Player of the Year, and most likely will put the third trophy on his deck real soon.
He shoots almost 50% from the field. He leads the WAC, 87% from the free throw line. Ladies and gentlemen, he can do it all.
Charles Smith still looking for his first point. 0 for 6 from the floor. Takes a three. Hits it. That is one way to break out of a drought. He hit it with 1 second on the shot clock.
Well, that's not the shot that Dave Bliss would design up, but you want to try to break the momentum that the Utes have going right now.
Metala rolls it in. 2-point bucket by the freshman from Helsinki, Finland. Averages 7 points a game. Many believe when Van Horn graduates, his role on this team will increase. 3-point shots aplenty in this game. Two of 11 for New Mexico, 5 of 11 for Utah.
How about Larry Finch winning his last home game down there?
Yeah.
That's big. Charles Smith, only 4 points in this game, 1 out of 7 from the field, but he's a scorer, and scorers will find a way to get it done. He's missed some outside shots, but he needs to put it on the floor a little bit more.
Charles Smith now with 5 points, averages 18.5, 38-33, Utah. Caton drives, leaves it, tried to find Metala baseline, picked up by Smith. Boy, look at him run the floor. Oh, inside it, Thomas. Kenny Thomas put that on the highlight reel. 14 points, but what a great pass from Charles Smith.
Well, they call Charles Smith Spider for a variety of reasons. One, because of his 83-inch wingspan, but also because he's able to make things happen as he comes up with a steal on the defensive end.
You realize that's nearly 7 feet across. Off the hands of Metala, the putback by Van Horn. A nice little finger roll to save the turnover.
Well, you can give Metala an unofficial assist on that play. Van Horn right there to clean it up.
20 points in this first half for Van Horn. He scored half of the Utah 40 here in the first 20 minutes. Off the mark is Olney. Chased down by Long.
Olney wants that three-point shot. He needs to try to get the ball inside a little bit more.
Working for the final shot. 29 on the shot, 22 on the game clock. So take the shot clock out of there.
Ball needs to go through Kenny Thomas. Let him touch it.
Three-point shot.
Oh,
Smith. He has warmed up here in the last 5 minutes. And boy, what a second half. Keith Van Horn walking off the floor with 20 points. 7 of 10 5 of 7 from the three-point line. It's halftime. Utah leading New Mexico by 2.
NCAA basketball coverage is sponsored by Budweiser.
In tonight, weeknights at 2 on NBC.
120 years of tradition. One distinctive recipe. 0 preservatives. 100% natural ingredients. 5% alcohol. Equals 1 good beer. That's too smooth for words. Budweiser, the best reason in the world to drink beer.
Later on an all-new Tonight Show, there's something funny in the air when James Woods and Jay get a whiff from an 11-year-old stinky foot experiment. Oh. Plus headlines.
You mount that to your steering wheel. Turn left. I can't. I'll spill my drink.
And later this week, don't miss Howard Stern and Tim Allen. And Cohen's got Ray Liotta tonight.
The Tonight Show with Jay Leno at 2200 CET 2100 UK in association with Nokia on NBC, where the stars come out at night.
Hello, I'm Christiana Baca.
And I'm Jason Roberts. Join us on the Ticket NBC tomorrow when we drop in on the hippest hangouts in swinging London.
The Metropolitan is the hippest hotel in the world. There is no other hotel like it.
German actor Heiner Lauterbach on his latest film.
And Swedish musical sensation, The Cardigans.
The Ticket NBC, tomorrow at 1900 CET 1800 UK on NBC.
NCAA basketball coverage is sponsored by Budweiser.
Charles Smith locks it up across midcourt, down 2. Working against Peyton, now up top.
It's a matter of time. We talked about in the first half the emotions riding in this game. They were going to settle down. New Mexico made a run. Utah responded with another run. But New Mexico closed out the half pretty strong.
Charles Smith, 5 on the shot clock. Squares up, 3-point shot, no. Goliak chases down the rebound.
Strong board.
He was able to outreach Kenny Thomas for that one. Alley-oop. Oh, yes. 22 points for Van Horn.
On the same page, you make eye contact and you get a roll.
Back the other way. Shields the rebound. Long tries. Baseline. Wouldn't go. The tip by Thomas comes down.
Point blank.
Boy, Keith Van Horn, Derek, 8 of 11 from the floor in this game, including 5 three-pointers.
That's just a terrific start, but he's looking to be aggressive.
Goliak a little strong. Rebound, Gibson. Runs the floor quickly to Smith. Back to Gibson around the horn. Here comes Clayton Shields. He's a slasher, and he draws the foul.
I like his chances of being an impact player in the NBA.
Drew Hansen, his first foul, and how about the hook shot up and in by Clayton Shields. Kind of a quiet first half, only 4 points for the junior, averaging 16.5 a game.
Well, there's 3 players for New Mexico, Shields, Smith, and Kenny Thomas. They make up over 60% of the offense and 50% of the rebounding.
Ben Caton in the corner, bounce pass baseline. How about Doliak? Spins it up and in.
That's an athletic move by Michael Doliak. He felt the defense on the right. He spins back to his left.
Double figures now for the big fella, 10 of his last 12. And they said he needed to work on his foot speed, and I think he found it. Here comes Caton for showtime.
The senior takes it home.
A 6-point Utah lead.
New Mexico can't get rattled by this mini run. Keep looking inside.
Shields rejected by Doliak. Andre Miller picks up the tempo.
I don't think it's a hard foul. Miller went down.
Okay, the WAC division, both Mountain Pacific. There's some good ball clubs in there.
Yes, there are, and there is a legitimate chance to get 4, maybe even 5 teams in. But a lot depends on other conference plays where you have some teams that come in and win a conference championship and haven't had a great season.
Andre Miller, 3 points in this game, all from the free throw line, but yet he's really run the offense well.
He's running extremely well, always looking to advance the ball. But if he sees a defender back on his heels, he's going to take it right to you.
Baseline is Thomas. Andre Miller playing defense, stripped the ball away.
That's leadership once again. He feels something happening and he can make an impact. Comes up with the steal.
Hansen lobs to Van Horn, lost his footing, kicks it back to Hansen, not Doliak. Guarded by Kenny Thomas.
Patience.
15 on the shot clock. Andre Miller wide open baseline. Had a good look, missed it. And a rebound to Shield.
They're still right there. They're only down 7. They need a basket here. Weather the storm and get back in this game.
Good patience by New Mexico. Shot clock down to 15. Smith walks it around Caton. Drives it. No whistle.
Oh, that's done it all, hasn't he?
Not much left to do except turn pro.
Well, how about win this game this evening, which is what he's trying to do. 17 minutes, he's already got 22 points.
Shields missed a long jumper, and Van Horn piles up another rebound. Jordan McTavish in the ball game for Rick Majerus, along with Jeff Johnson. Caton fires the 3.
Right in rhythm as Ben Caton comes off the screen. He was loaded and ready to shoot.
Well, his forte is defense, but he can get streaky offensively. Hano Metzelon picks up his 3rd foul, scores around the country. Northern Iowa over Evansville. Bradley in the Missouri Valley Conference over Duke.
Mexico's starting to get a little soft with trying to get the ball inside, settling for that outside shot again.
Gibson rattles down to 3, so Gibson with 6 points in the first half. On the floor with 3 fouls, now with 9 points in this game.
He had 10 points in the first meeting against Utah. Both teams with 2 fouls.
7-point game. Utah with the lead. Van Horn works it up top. Andre Miller quick off the dribble, floats it up and in. First bucket for Andre Miller tonight from the floor, 5 points, and it's a 9-point lead now, 52-43.
Like Hano Metzelon picked up that foul for the guard Thomas inside. Did a little dance in there.
4 on Hano Metzelon. He remains on the floor. 14:05 to go in this one.
Thomas ought to go back inside, get in the ball, put the ball in his hands.
Smith, the baseline floater. Boy, he hit the deck. Get some dust in him, but his way out of bounds.
That's a big shot by Charles Smith, but you got a guy with 4 fouls who's still in the game, as a senior, you got to attack him. You got to go right at him.
Back the other way. Van Horn answers. 24 points.
9 out of 12 from the field for Van Horn.
You know, last month he had a big game in the loss in Albuquerque. Derek scored 28 points. Tonight, 24 with just under 13 and a half minutes to play.
And he's had 2 40-point games this season.
What's impressive, he's hit double figures 68 straight games. Off the mark is Charles Smith. Here comes Andre Miller. That's hard to believe. 68 straight double-figure games.
That's impressive as well. Andre Miller reading the defense again.
Jeff Johnson out of Murray High School in Murray, Utah, with his first bucket of the game, a freshman. It's 56-45 Utah.
Miller with his 6th assist of the game, right on his season average.
Oh, what a save. What a save.
A little bit of contact?
I would say a lot. Johnson the other way. Off the hands of Metrola. Turnover, New Mexico basketball.
Tried to make something happen where there wasn't. Got a couple of fans a little excited?
Oh, I would say a couple, yeah.
Take a look at this save inside. There's a little bit of contact on the shot attempt. I say there's a lot of contact on that play. They could have given Kenny Thomas a foul on the play, but an excellent save by Johnson.
Thomas inside and up and over Doliak. Well, Kenny Thomas breaks a long drought here in the second half. 14 in the first 20 minutes. Finally on the board at the 12-15 mark.
Andre Miller directing the show again. Finds Doliak as the defense turns its back. Look at Andre Miller trying to cheat out. You see the big guy, Kenny Thomas, lose Doliak. Michael goes right to the basket.
Short on the free throw. Basketball goes out to Gibson. 11-point lead for Utah, 12 minutes to play.
Seen a couple of runs, a couple of mini runs. Utah has responded to the end of the first half run by New Mexico.
A whistle away from the ball.
Utah, number 3, David Jackson.
David Jackson picks up the foul. Now a timeout with 11:52 to go. New Mexico trailing. Van Horn had the ball slapped away. Thomas now to Smith across midcourt.
Good defense. All New Mexico needs is a point off a turnover just to try to turn this around a little bit.
Gibson to Olney. Nice lob inside. Kenny Thomas around Doliak. Now around Van Horn and a whistle.
Last couple of times down the floor when Thomas has touched the ball, he's made a little turnaround, either half hook, jump shot. This time he turns and faces, gives a pump fake, and then he takes it to the basket.
Two fouls now on Doliak. Numbers on Thomas. How about 16 points, 3 boards, 6 of 10 on the floor. Substitutions, Hanson and Caton back in. So the 2 freshmen of David Jackson and Jeff Johnson will take a seat for Rick Majerus. Thomas with another. Kenny Thomas was 17 in this game.
You notice how Michael Doliak is able to complement Keith Van Horn. You got a couple of 6'10", 6'11 guys. Kenny Thomas at 6'8", if he gets some support, if he gets another big man inside, I think you're going to see New Mexico make an awful lot of noise in the WAC next year.
Doliak missed the jumper. Van Horn couldn't get the rebound. Here comes Gibson. Backs it off to Shields. baseline, working on Van Horn. Off the glass, wouldn't go. Thomas.
Coming up on NBC at 2200, The Tonight Show with Jay Leno.
The most important information you or someone you love should know about self-breast examination. A Health Watch report you shouldn't miss. Only on NBC Nightly News tonight.
NBC Nightly News tonight at midnight 30 CET, 23:30 UK.
On tomorrow's Money Wheel, an Austrian-German summit. We cover the proceedings.
And Spain has the EU's highest unemployment. Can unions and employers come up with a solution?
Join us tomorrow
on the European Money Wheel.
Smart conversation is a dying art. We're giving it a new lease of life.
We'll bring you the major personalities whose time is valuable.
It's our job to make sure we get the very best.
We'll have the stars, celebrities, the very important people.
Introducing Tanya Beckett and Katrina Skepper.
We'll bring you the person behind the personality.
Weeknights at 19:30 on NBC, where the stars come out at night.
If you've always thought that stylish interior design has to be expensive, think again. Tomorrow on Home and Garden Television, meet the man who's furnished his home with items other people had cast off as rubbish and achieved incredible results. Then take a stroll through another beautiful star garden, this time at the Beverly Hills home of actress and businesswoman Eva Gabor. Home and Garden Television, tomorrow at 1600 CET, 1500 UK on NBC.
Tomorrow on NBC, at 1800, National Geographic Television meets Maynard Cox, an expert on poisonous snakes. He's worked on over 6,000 cases of snakebite and still wants to improve the public image of this much maligned creature. From Snake Man to Bee Man at 1830, when David Rubik reveals how the natural inhabitants of a rainforest are being threatened with extinction. But not by man, by bees. National Geographic Television, tomorrow from 1800 CET, 1700 UK on NBC.
I thought that he was fleeing.
It was wrong, and I had to do something about it.
My talent as a singer, I kind of threw it away.
I think that was the hardest thing I've ever had to do.
Oh, we were all absolutely convinced that Saddam Hussein was going to blink.
He was an angry bully.
I can be happy.
I never believed that we would get to this point.
You'll see.
Here's a case of legalized extortion.
Watch this.
This is what it's all about.
For news, views, and entertainment, Dateline NBC, Monday to Thursday, 2000 CET, 1900 UK on NBC.
A 10-point game, 9:40. Clock running here in Salt Lake.
Chip away, that's what New Mexico has to start thinking about now. Stop and go down and score. They need a stop.
Inside Andre Miller, nice pass from Caton. Backs in on Lamont Long. Chip try, wouldn't go. Doliak fights. Good block by Kenny Thomas, and that starts a break for Gibson. 2-on-2.
Solid defense inside.
Charles Smith, short. Another rebound for Andre Miller. 7 rebounds for Miller. 2 in a row by Kenny Thomas. Shields blocked Van Horn.
Man, what a lot of contact.
Back the other way, and a whistle. And Van Horn is visibly shaken up.
They call an offensive foul down on the other end. Boy, going after that loose ball. Take a look at Van Horn and watch 22 Kenny Shields. The ball is loose, and Shields puts an elbow out and takes him right to the deck.
Van Horn slow to get up. He's made his way to the Utah bench, and doctors are looking over a soon-to-be high-paid player in the National Basketball Association.
Oh, that's one of those whiplash-type situations when you get caught going forward and your neck gets thrown backward.
8.5 minutes ago, Hansen slings it up top, guarded by Smith. A 10-point Utah lead. The lob to Doliak. McTavish, the freshman. Bingo.
I like the pass inside by Drew Hansen, but even more than that, I like the pass out by Michael Doliak. after the defense collapsed.
Jordy McTavish, the freshman from British Columbia, the player of the year in British Columbia, gets his first bucket of the night. Back the other way and a whistle. And Van Horn still trying to shake the cobwebs loose.
Well, this is what coaches tell you. When you get the ball down on the block, if you got to move, you take it. But if you don't have it, you wait for the defense, wait, then you pitch it out. Jordy McTavish is a terrific scorer. You mentioned out of British Columbia. This young man scored over 40 times, 40.6 times his senior year in high school.
3 fouls on Goliak, and Van Horn will check in next opportunity, and he still does not look like he's all there.
There's a fight going on tonight between Sugar Ray Leonard and Hector Camacho. Maybe Keith Van Horn might have tuned in a little too close for that.
Sugar Ray at 40, back in the ring.
I don't believe it.
Well, a streak Derek is in danger is Clayton Shields. He's had at least 2 3-pointers made in the last 36 consecutive games. Tonight, Shields with 6 points off of the 2-point line.
Well, when you're that kind of scorer, everybody seems to know about you, and I think Rick Majerus has made a point of putting a defender in his face. Keep a hand in his face, make him have to work hard to try to get that shot off.
Shot wouldn't roll in. Ray Miller and a whistle. Just a follow-up Shields. He's 0 for 3 tonight. We'll look at Rick Majerus, who this year is sporting the specs.
Sometimes. Depending on how deeply he wants to look into a situation.
There the coach, 2 Sweet 16s, 4 NCAA appearances, 3-time Coach of the Year. And by the way, was named Coach of the USA Basketball 22 and under team that will compete in the World Championships in August down in Melbourne just a week ago.
Well, he's not only been the head coach here, he's also been the head coach at Ball State. He was an assistant for the Milwaukee Bucks for a year, and he was an assistant at Marquette under Al McGuire, where they won the national championship, so he knows what it's like to be successful.
Well, a hard knock only hit the deck, no whistle. Here comes Andre Miller, Utah leading by 15. The ball stripped, picked up by Hansen. Across the court to Caton.
Oh, out of bounds.
Good call. Metala had gone out and then came back in.
Well, not only did he came back in, but he needed to get his feet set inbounds first. He was still in midair. That was a good call.
And Derek, I would think this is New Mexico's opportunity. You have to make a run right now.
Yeah, well, they have to start thinking about, again, we talked about one possession at a time. They can't score 15 points. There's no 15-point play. So you got to chip away at it. You need a basket here, certainly, to try to turn it around.
He squares up. Followed by Charles Smith. Boy, that's a big one. 14 points. The senior from Fort Worth. 13-point game. Utah working clock. Hansen to feed to Van Horn. Puts it on the floor. Turns right hand. No. Miller trying to jam down the miss, and Oldney comes away with it. Takes it coast to coast. Put up the shot. Draws the foul.
Utah, number 15, Ben Caton. There's 5 on Caton.
Now you talk about a hot team. We talked to Dave Lissita. He really didn't have an answer for this. The last 2 games, Derek, 83% second half. Tonight, 5 of 20 for only 25.
Well, coming into the game also, that includes 3-point shots, but coming into the game in those 2 previous games in the second half, they had only missed 1 shot total in the second half. But tonight, the Utes have done a terrific job defensively of slowing down the ball, not letting Charles Smith get into a rhythm.
Only struggling 0 of 5 and still can't get his first point. So far, New Mexico's bench, Derek, not a factor. They have not scored. Jordy McTavish has put down a 3 for Utah. Jeff Johnson also with a bucket for Utah. Not really. The bench has not played a factor in this game.
For either team.
Van Horn for 3.
I see nothing but dollar signs. for that young man's future.
6 of 8 from behind the arc. 27 points for Keith Van Horn.
And I like the fact that he is a very humble individual. And Rick Majerus talked about him, how he's the best captain, how he's the best leader he's ever had as a basketball coach.
Baseline reverse would not call for Gibson.
Great pass.
Caton, Van Horn.
Andre Miller.
That was a good chance these two teams could hook up Thursday night. Doliak. Here comes Andre Miller, who has pushed it to the line.
Great pass.
Ben Caton with 9.
From Andre Miller again.
It's a 20-point lead. Shields, backdoor to Charles Smith, didn't go. Kenny Thomas in traffic, no, but a whistle.
Mexico running out of gas, trying to get back in this game. They haven't been able to stop the Utes going down for high percentage shots.
Thomas misses the front end, and you go back and look at Andre Miller. Oh, what a feed.
Well, you need somebody to set the table for you. Keith Van Horn did a great job early, but Andre Miller is continuing to hand out all the napkins so they can wipe this one up.
8 assists for Andre Miller. And I'll tell you, every one of those belong on a highlight reel. They have been spectacular. The lob, Drew Hansen. Lost to Miller. Here comes one on long. 2-on-1 for New Mexico. Long takes it over. You gotta be kidding. Miller.
Anticipation.
Andre Miller, 6'2", was up around the middle part of the glass.
And he blocked it with his left hand to avoid the foul.
Under 3 minutes to go. 72-53. Utah leading New Mexico.
Well, with this loss, certainly Utah is going to win the